Okay, picture this. You're the most powerful person in the world, ruling a huge empire, dealing with wars, sickness, and people betraying you. But at night, you sit down and write notes to yourself about how to stay calm. That's Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher king, the awesome Roman emperor whose personal thoughts became one of the most important books ever, Meditations. This isn't just some boring old philosophy book. It's a guide to life. It's like talking to someone who's seen everything, done everything, and learned some amazing things. And today on Story Sage, we're exploring the mind of Marcus Aurelius and Stoicism. We're talking about conquering your inner struggles, dealing with difficult people, and finding inner peace. Get ready, because this could change how you see the world. Marcus Aurelius wasn't your typical emperor. He was a man of profound wisdom and deep thought. He wasn't into power or fancy things. Unlike many rulers of his time, he shunned opulence and extravagance. This guy loved wisdom, like a true wise master. He was more interested in philosophy than in the trappings of power. Born in 121 AD, Marcus was trained to be a leader from a young age. His education was rigorous, focusing on both physical and intellectual development. Imagine being a teenager with huge responsibilities. That was Marcus. He had to balance his studies with the expectations of his future role. His uncle, Emperor Antoninus Pius, adopted him, and suddenly he's being prepared to rule the most powerful empire ever. This was no small feat. But Marcus wasn't a spoiled prince. He lived a life of relative simplicity, always focusing on what truly mattered. He was a deep thinker, a philosopher. His mind was always engaged in seeking the truth and understanding the world around him. He could have enjoyed all the good things about being emperor, but he chose to study philosophy, especially Stoicism. This was a path less traveled by those in power, and this wasn't just a hobby for him. Philosophy was his guiding light, shaping his decisions and actions. Marcus lived by these ideas. They were not mere intellectual exercises, but practical tools for living. He faced wars, political problems, and even widespread sickness during his rule. Talk about stressful times. Yet, he remained steadfast. But he always returned to Stoic teachings, using them to handle the challenges of being a leader and just living life. These teachings were his anchor. He wrote meditations as personal notes, like a super journal. These writings were his way of reflecting on his thoughts and actions. They weren't meant to be published, just his private thoughts. Yet they offer profound insights into his mind. Luckily for us, they survived, and they show us what one of history's most interesting people thought. These writings are a treasure trove of wisdom. He wasn't some perfect god king. He was a human dealing with the same things we all do. Fear, doubt, anger, sadness. His humanity makes his story even more compelling. That's why his story is so relatable, even after all these years. His struggles and triumphs resonate with us today. We're talking about a guy who made important decisions every day, who was surrounded by people trying to trick him, who felt the pressure of leading an empire. His life was a constant balancing act, yet he still found time to think about his life, to try to be a better person, to find meaning in difficult times. His introspection is a lesson for us all. That's what makes Marcus Aurelius so interesting, and that's why his words still matter today. His legacy continues to inspire and guide us. Now let's talk Stoicism. It's not about hiding your feelings or acting like a robot. Stoicism is like mental martial arts. It's about understanding what you can control and letting go of what you can't. Imagine training for a fight. You can control your training, your food, your mindset, but you can't control your opponent, the judges, or accidents. Life's the same. You can control your reactions, your choices, your actions, but you can't control the weather, the economy, or what others think of you. Stoicism is about focusing on your inner self, on improving yourself. It's about knowing that outside events don't have to control your feelings. You can choose how you respond to hardship. You can let it defeat you, or you can let it make you stronger. Stoics believe that being good is the only truly good thing, and that living a good life brings true happiness. And being good doesn't mean being perfect. It's about trying to be your best, about doing what you believe is right. They talk about living naturally, which means accepting what you can't change, focusing on what you can control, and using logic to guide your actions. It's about knowing we're all part of something bigger, that we should help others, and that real happiness comes from living with purpose. Now I know what you're thinking. This sounds great. But how do I actually use this in my life? Well, that's the great thing about Stoicism. It's practical. It's not about sitting around debating ideas. It's about using these principles to handle everyday challenges. It's about dealing with difficult people, overcoming problems, and finding peace in tough times. And that's what we'll talk about next. Okay, let's look at the best parts of meditations. Lessons that will amaze you and make you feel ready for anything. These teachings from Marcus Aurelius are timeless and can be applied to our daily lives, helping us navigate through challenges with a calm and focused mind. First, you control your mind, not outside events. Understand this, and you'll find strength. This means that no matter what happens around you, you have the power to maintain your inner peace and composure. Marcus is telling us directly, don't let the outside world control your inner peace. It's a reminder that our reactions are within our control, and we can choose to stay calm and centered. You choose how you react. Every situation presents a choice, and how you respond can make all the difference in your overall well-being. You decide if you'll let that annoying driver ruin your day, or if you'll ignore it and stay calm. It's about taking control of your emotions and not letting external factors dictate your mood. Next, your happiness depends on your thoughts. This is important. The quality of your thoughts directly impacts the quality of your life. Your thoughts shape your reality. If you fill your mind with positive and constructive thoughts, you'll create a more fulfilling and joyful life. If you always think negatively, you'll have a negative experience. Negative thoughts can cloud your judgment and lead to a pessimistic outlook on life. But if you change your perspective, focus on the good and be thankful, you'll see the world differently. Gratitude and positive thinking can transform your experiences and bring more joy into your life. It's like seeing the world through happy lenses. When you choose to focus on the positive, everything around you seems brighter and more hopeful. Another gem. Stop arguing about what a good person should be. Be one. Actions speak louder than words, and being a good person is about what you do, not what you say. This is Stoicism in short. It's about living your values and principles every day, regardless of what others think or say. Stop talking, stop thinking. Just be your best self. Let your actions reflect your true character and integrity. Actions are more important than words. What you do has a far greater impact than what you say. Marcus also reminds us, what blocks action helps action. Obstacles are not just barriers, they are opportunities for growth and learning. What's in the way becomes the way. This is deep. Obstacles are hidden opportunities. They challenge us to find new paths and solutions. The thing you're struggling with, the challenge you face, it's not there to stop you, it's there to make you stronger. Embrace challenges as a chance to build resilience and strength. Like the saying, calm seas don't make good sailors. It's the tough times that shape us and prepare us for future challenges. And finally, you don't need much for a happy life. It's all within you, in your thoughts. This is the key. True happiness comes from within, not from external possessions or achievements. Happiness isn't something you find out in the world. It's a state of mind that you cultivate through your thoughts and attitudes. It's not about having more money, a bigger house, or a faster car. Material possessions can bring temporary pleasure, but true contentment comes from within. It's about being happy with yourself, appreciating what you have, and being thankful. Gratitude and self-acceptance are the foundations of a fulfilling life. These are just a few amazing lessons from meditations. Each lesson offers profound insights that can help you lead a more meaningful and balanced life. It's a book that you'll remember long after you finish it, full of wisdom that can help you with modern life. The teachings of Marcus Aurelius are timeless, offering guidance and inspiration for anyone seeking to live a better life. So, how do you use this ancient wisdom in your life? How can the teachings of Stoicism, which have stood the test of time, be applied to our modern, fast-paced world? It's easier than you think. You don't need to be a philosopher or a scholar to benefit from Stoic practices. Start by writing in a journal, like Marcus did. Write down your thoughts and think about them. Reflect on your day, your actions, and your emotions. It's like training your mind. Just as you would train your body to be stronger and more resilient, you can train your mind to be more focused and calm. Most people wouldn't just go to the gym and lift the heaviest weights without warming up, right? They start with lighter weights and gradually increase the load. So why do we do that with our minds? We often expect our minds to handle stress and challenges without any preparation. Journaling is like going to the mental gym. It helps you process your thoughts and emotions. making you mentally stronger. Write down what's stressing you, what you're thankful for, what you're struggling with. This practice can bring clarity and perspective. Just getting it out of your head and onto paper can really help. It can be a form of release and relief. Another Stoic practice is negative visualization. This technique can be surprisingly empowering. This might sound strange, but listen, it's not about being pessimistic. It's about being prepared. It's about imagining the worst thing that could happen, not to scare you, but to prepare you. By doing this, you can reduce the fear of the unknown. If you've already thought about what you'd do if you lost your job, had a car accident, or faced another problem, you can approach these situations with a clearer mind. You'll be more ready if it happens. You'll have a plan and won't be caught off guard. Stoicism also focuses on living in the present. This is crucial in a world filled with distractions and constant noise. It's easy to get stuck on past regrets or future worries, but the only time you can control is now. The present moment is all we truly have. Be mindful, pay attention to your senses, and ground yourself in the here and now. Pay attention to your senses, the sights, sounds, and feelings around you, and enjoy the small things. These moments of mindfulness can bring great joy and peace. Whether it's the taste of your coffee, the warmth of the cup in your hands, or the sun on your skin, these small pleasures can make a big difference in your day. There's always something to be thankful for now. Gratitude can shift your perspective and improve your mood. Another powerful Stoic practice is the idea of control. Understanding what you can and cannot control is liberating. Remember, you can't control everything, and that's okay. Accepting this can reduce a lot of unnecessary stress. But you can control how you react. Your response is within your power. Focus on what you can change, set realistic goals, and take actionable steps. And let go of the rest. Release what you cannot control, and find peace in that acceptance. And lastly, remember, Stoicism is a lifelong practice. It's a journey, not a destination. You don't master it overnight. It takes time, patience, and consistent effort. It's about always trying to be better, to grow, and to learn from each experience. To live by your values, to act with integrity, and to contribute positively to the world around you. And to find peace in a world that's often confusing and unpredictable. Embrace the teachings of Stoicism and let them guide you to a more fulfilling life. It's amazing that a book written almost 2,000 years ago is still helping people today. From athletes to CEOs to regular people, everyone's finding answers in meditations. Why? Because the problems Marcus faced, stress, doubt, sadness, are the same problems we face. We're all just trying to figure out life, and it's comforting to know that even a Roman emperor had the same questions. It reminds us that we're not alone, and that there's wisdom in the past. Marcus wrote, "Stop arguing about what a good person should be. Be one." That's the ultimate Stoic lesson. Don't just talk about living better, do it. Starting today. Take these lessons, use them in your life, and see what happens. You might be surprised. If this inspired you, hit like, subscribe, and tell us your favorite lesson in the comments. Thanks for watching Story Sage, where ancient wisdom meets modern life. See you next time.